Hi students. So in the last class we have seen the properties of LTI system. Properties of LTI systems. Properties of LTI systems and the properties of convolution are one another same. And in this properties we have discussed three properties, 1, 2 and 3. So the first one is commutative property, and the second one is distributive property, as we have seen in the previous lecture, distributive property, and the third one is associative property. Okay, in this lecture we will be going one by one, the commutative property, distributive property and the associative property of LTI system. So these are the properties that we are going to get in the examinations. The first one, commutative property. What the commutative property says? Commutative property. Okay, the commutative property says, let us consider when x of t is some input and h of t is our impulse response, h of t is our impulse response, and the output of any system, let us consider, so the output of any system, let us consider the impulse response is h of t and the input is x of t. Output of the system is x of t convolved with h of t, x of t convolved with h of t. And what the commutative property says is, even though if you interchange the impulse response and the input, that means let us consider, so for the same system, if I give h of t as my input and x of t as the impulse response, now I am going to get the same output. So these two are one another same, that means x of t convolved with h of t is equals to h of t convolved with x of t. That's the commutative property. And we can, if even though if you interchange the input and the impulse response, there will be no change in the output. That's the commutative property.